Dom here from Essential RC. Thanks for tuning in for this video. And to be clear, I'm breaking a rule. I'm breaking a rule that I set myself quite a long time ago now that I didn't used to follow. I don't like doing unboxing videos as a rule. I just don't think they're generally very exciting things to do. I like to combine it all in one video, or at least make it a bit more exciting than just pulling the components out of the box, because ordinarily, especially with RC airplanes these days, there's only 4 or 5 components in the box and it goes together very simply. But this is an exception, because I heard I was getting this a small number of weeks ago and just looks amazing, and I had some other ideas of things that I wanted to do with it that I'm going to explore right now. And the product looks utterly amazing, I have to say, in terms of its detail. So this is from my friends at Sterling Kit. If you haven't heard of them before, sterlingkit.com. And it is a Schweizer, I hope I'm saying that right, Schweizer 300C helicopter. And it's a GPS helicopter. Now, what does that mean if you're not familiar with what a GPS smart helicopter is? Well, basically, I think there are broadly 2 types of helicopter on the market at the moment. Obviously, we've had collective pitch helicopters for a long time, and they do have quite a steep learning curve, and particularly for beginners like me, I'm still in that category despite doing RC since I was a kid. I've never really, I've always struggled with it, put it that way, compared to planes and jets and warbirds and all that type of stuff. And they just are more complex, and therefore a higher learning curve, particularly if you want to fly aerobatics and do nice coordinated turns. And for all you purists out there, I accept that. You know, I accept that. I accept that there's a challenge to it, and that if you overcome that, they are amazing things to fly. But the other side of it is, the other category, I would say, are the modern, smart, self-stabilized and even GPS-enabled helicopters. And there are advantages to those. For me, they look fantastic in the sky a lot of the time when you're flying them, but they are very easy to fly. They fly more like a drone. Let's be clear on that. They fly like a drone more than a collective pitch helicopter. So look at this. Does that not look, I mean, even from the outside, it looks absolutely brilliant, I have to say. But what I'm going to do is just take all the components out of the box. It is literally everything that you need, I think, except for the batteries you need to put in the transmitter. But you get the transmitter, the helicopter, the charger, and all the other things that you need. Now, actually, it says here, the product has been tested and flown before shipment. Please do not change the parameters in the remote control. Please refer to the instruction manual before flying. If you have any questions, please contact the store customer service for consultation. Thank you. So I have never read a warning like that before. This has actually been flown, they are saying, which is reassuring. You get a quick start guide. GPS helicopters do have a specific sequence you need to go through, particularly because it has a GPS unit. The flight controller won't let you take off or won't let you start unless it has acquired a certain number of GPS satellites so that it can fix your home position. And then there's an instruction manual, and I'll show this a bit later. There's other products that you can buy to complement this as well. But let's put that to one side for the moment. So taking the transmitter out of the box, it's a RadioLink 89S Pro. So clearly with this, you wouldn't just have to use this radio with this helicopter. You're investing probably a significant amount of money in this, but you're getting quite a good radio as well that you could use for other helicopters or other fixed wing aeroplanes. So don't just have to use it with this product. There's a charger in here. It's an IMAX B6 AC. different battery types. It will do lithium ion, lithium polymer, life, lead batteries as well, charge rate 1 to 6 amps and 1 to 6 cells. It will do NiCads and nickel metal hydrides as well, and it will discharge. So, and it will balance as well. So again, you're investing in a whole product where the components, including this balance charger, could be used for any other batteries that you use in the hobby. Out of here, looks like we've got some leads, probably the lead for the charger, but let's get to the main business and this awesome looking helicopter. So there we go. Let's put the box over there. I'm just blown away by the detail on this thing. The first thing is that it is a lot of it is metal parts. Look at the landing gear, and you can see that it is a sprung landing gear. That's going to be good for any rough landings or inevitable rough landings that I have. The blade, it comes with a blade holder so that when you're transporting it, the blades don't rattle around and possibly get damaged. Let's fold the blades out. It's like the blades have been attached properly in the factory. Well, it has been flown, hasn't it? So inevitably they will have been. That does look quite smart. So we've got the Flywing H-Wing Heli flight controller here. Has a great reputation, this flight controller. People don't just buy ready to fly helicopters with this controller. You can buy it separately and retrofit it to your own helicopter kit that you might buy. The GPS unit on the back. This does look good. It's like the battery slings underneath, which is nice because all the helicopters I've flown up until now, the battery is in the cockpit, which is a problem, I think, for the manufacturer in that they can't add a lot of detail into the cockpit. But this is completely different because they have added a huge amount of detail to the cockpit. You can actually open the doors. The doors are on their own hinges. Let me just open this one. And I'll do some close-up shots to overlay on what I'm saying here. But inside you can see that you've got the seats, the stick, the collective, the pedals, the dash with the instrumentation. Wow, that is nice. That does look good. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed by that. So what are the advantages of and the features of flying a GPS helicopter like this is, and what advantage does it have over a collective pitch helicopter? Well, the one is that it's easier to fly. It flies like a drone, as I said. The other thing is when you're in GPS mode, and I suspect this will fly in what they term 3D mode, so proper collective pitch mode, but for us mere mortals that want to fly in GPS mode, it will stay in the same position if your hands off the sticks. It will try and maintain the same position, the same altitude, and the same position over the ground without you touching the sticks. A collective pitch helicopter without a flight system like the H-Wing Heli will drift with the wind, or just drift because it's very hard to trim them exactly to fly on the same spot. The other thing with this is it will return to home. So if you command it to return to home, or if you run below what it thinks is the lower voltage on the flight battery, it will return to home. If you lose signal between your radio transmitter and the radio link receiver, which you could do if you fly behind a tree, or you fly behind a building, or you fly too far away, then it will return to home. So, you know, there are real benefits there. And a couple of other magic tricks I think it may do is it may do figure eights and circuits all by itself. So literally hands off, it will do those maneuvers that can be quite, well, for a new helicopter pilot, even a pilot of a GPS enabled helicopter like this would find it challenging to do, especially a figure eight or a nose in circuit would be challenging to do. So you could show off to your friends, flick a switch, say, hi, I'm doing this, when you're certainly not. So, looks like an amazing product, I have to say, pretty impressed by that. I did think, as I have thought with other recent GPS heli products, could I add FPV to it? And I just happen to have my FPV system here. So this is Cadex Walk Snail FPV camera in one of their GM3 gimbals. So will this fit in, is the question. So if I open the door, I've currently got this on a pad for the height, and I think that's too high. So if I take this off, let's do that. It looks like if I trim down the mount, that will fit in. And why would I want to do that? Because especially with this, the way the cockpit is laid out, with everything you'd expect except the pilot figure to go in here, wouldn't it be great to be flying it as if you're in the cockpit? And that's what this would enable me to do. So if I plug this in quickly, so I'll plug in my goggles. And plug this in. Takes just a moment to start up. But what you can see there is that if I'm wearing these goggles and as I'm moving my head, then I get pitch control, so my head up and down, left and right, panning, and even roll, because as you look around you naturally roll your head to the left and right like that. I think that would be fantastic if I can squeeze that in, and I think I just need to trim down that mount and that should fit in quite nicely. Put that to one side. The other thing with this is, wouldn't it be nice to squeeze in a pilot in here? And I did think, well, I don't normally have a lot of dolls, you know, in my hobby room, but I do have this Captain Miller figure that I purchased a while ago because I was reviewing a Jeep for someone, and I got the same scale figure and came across this. So I'm wondering if Captain Miller or my friend Tom Hanks will fit in. Not sure. Again, I think it might be a bit of a squeeze. It's fun to try. He looks about the same scale. Let me stand him up next to it. He looks about the right scale, doesn't he? I think so. Okay, let's open the door. The doors are magnetic when they're shut. Now, I might not be able to do this now because there might be a struggle to get his legs in. And I don't want to break anything, but I'll certainly do it for the flight video. Oh, look, Tom, you're a little bit too tall. No, No. No, he's in. Look at that. That's perfect, almost. I just need to arrange his feet a little bit better. But look at that. I think that's a must, isn't it? It's like flying RC aeroplanes and warbirds, especially without a figure in the cockpit. It just doesn't look right. So Tom Hanks or Captain Miller will certainly get a flight after I've done the initial test flight. Anyway, there we go. I just wanted to do this quick unboxing because I had some ideas about what to do with it after I've done the first test flight. But it does. I mean, the quality level and the detail in some of these products these days is just crazy mad, I think, and makes them just look so much better in the sky when you fly them. And that's ultimately what we want, isn't it, for a scale helicopter? So there we go. Thanks very much for watching this video, and if you're not a subscriber of Essential RC, then please click that button and maybe even give a thumbs up, a like, if you enjoy watching these videos. But until next time, and until especially the first flight of this GPS helicopter, then we'll be ready for that. See you next time. Bye.